All right. Members of the culture. I am Ra, representing a little bit of throwback action, and you are here. welcome in, everybody. You could be doing anything with your time, but you're listening to a bald guy on the internet, and as I always tell you, I'm very appreciative of your time when you are doing that. Thank you. Hope everybody's doing well. I want to give a shout out to my brother Big O out there, Lando Joshua. Stopped in time, surprised me. Stopped in town, surprised me. Took me to Gus's world famous fried chicken. That's some good iced tea. Um, East Memphis location. For those of you that don't know, Gus's fried chicken is good. If you have one, I'm sure you know, and if you don't, find out. It's good chicken. It's good food. It's a good time. So thank you, Big O, for that. Love you, bruh. Appreciate you. I wanted to go ahead and come on here for a minute just to talk to you all about a particular topic. First, thank you for everybody that is watching this video. Thank you for everybody that's liked, shared, comment, subscribe, follow, done all of those things to help us fight these different algorithms so we can get our message out there. And as you know, our message is one love, one culture, and we're always trying to build the culture, and that's very important. So every little bit helps, right? So thank you all for taking your time to watch and support us. For all of our brother and sister channels, as always, much love and support. Definitely, thank you. I came here to talk to you guys really about a specific topic. I kind of touched on it on the podcast. Which podcast? Catch the Fade podcast, the greatest podcast nobody knows about yet. But I need you all to make sure you're tuning in and checking that out. It's a great time. Sorry, I got to do the shameless plug. Nonetheless, I touched on this on the podcast, but I didn't go into real depth. Folks, I want to remind you to take your time. The best advice that I could ever give to any future or potential collector is for my on my steps, excuse me, or tips that I would give to people to start out. The biggest tip I could give that I definitely could tell myself way back when I started was to take your time. Right? Know that collecting is not a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's an endless race. Okay, endless. It will never be over. I wish I had known that when I started. I don't know why I didn't know it, but I didn't. But I wish someone had taken the time to tell me, hey, this is an endless race. I might have moved a little different. Still would have enjoyed it all the way, but definitely would have moved a little different. So it never stops. That's the important thing that people need to know. There's always something new coming out, something around the corner, something that's going to catch your eye, something that you may collect and catches your eye. You may not collect it. It may be from a line series you've never heard of. Maybe you saw it on social media or one of your friends showed it to you or someone else out there. However you came about it, but it was something new to you that you said, man, I gotta get part of that. So now you're on to that. And then here's 2 weeks later. Now something new comes. You're always on to the next thing, right? Brother Seabear was on the pod recently, and I just talked to him, and I gave him this true story. It's a true story, where I said, here I am at 6 in the morning. I'm looking at notifications from Big Bad Toy Store about the new Marvel mini wave coming. I said, you gotta be kidding me. Hadn't even got through one thing. You're sitting up here, and here's the next thing. Now we're on to this. And I told him that Rachel Summers and somebody else, I can't think of who it was, both of them had sold out. And he was, as you know, on the pod, he was like, are you serious? It's already sold out? So I was like, yeah, you may have to do Entertainment Earth, big guy, or somewhere like that. But Big Bad's already sold out. And that was my point where I said, man, I didn't even know about this. Then Marvel dropped that, and boom, here we go. I told you, Marvel doesn't care about your wallet. They're just out here to drop out new product on us. That's what they do. So we share to laugh about it, but it's true. It's never ending. It's always something. And my man Clever, shout out to him, Clever's Multiverse. If you're not following him, why are you not doing that? Please check him out. But I had said there that he had said that we tell ourselves this lie all the time. This is the end. This is just this line, this figure, and then I'm out. We lie to ourselves all the time, right? It's always that next figure, because he admitted in his video. It's always something new. No matter what we say, there's always a new figure around the corner, that next wave, that next line. They're doing it just to shoot before you can add to cart. They've got something else. Marvel is sitting back right now. My Marvel, well, them too by extension, but Hasbro sitting back right now, just saying, man, this Gamerverse thing, we started this thing out. We didn't know if it would catch on, but apparently it is. So let's milk it for all we can because we got them, baby. And and it's true because there's always something. So, I say that to say, despite the fact there's always something, take your time out here, okay? Take your time because if you find yourself surrounded by nothing but boxes that are not open, you're probably going too fast. I mean, unless you're, Shartimus Prime or Kyle Peterson or one of these guys that has, you know, your, 3 or 4 rooms full of thousands of figures. Unless you're one of them that moves like that, it's hard. And God bless those guys too, but it's hard to keep track of that, because you got so many. If you're surrounded by boxes you haven't opened yet, you're kind of like, whoa, you might want to slow down because collecting is a hobby, but you're meant to enjoy it. It's not, I mean, it can be a business. I understand that, but you should take your time, man. These figures that you took your time to pre-order, that you took your time to hunt, that you took your time to go trade or get at a con or however you acquired it, you took your time, your money, your passion, your energy, you put that in there, and then you get it, and it's like you hadn't even opened it. And then remember what I said earlier, you hadn't opened it, and now you're on to the next thing. So I hadn't even opened this thing that I was chasing and talking about on social media, and I'm telling you, oh, it's here, and I'm going out and I get it, and the greatest sound in the world is a UPS or a FedEx truck pulling off, and you got it, and then before you open it, you're already thinking about the next thing. Folks, I mean, I get it. Keep your excitement. Know it's a never-ending race, but take your time and enjoy your stuff. Enjoy your figures. I was just telling Seabear, I said, man, it's crazy because I was kind of not doing that. I can acknowledge it. I was like looking at stuff and not taking the time to say, thank the man upstairs that, not just for life, but thank the man upstairs for the blessings bestowed upon me here. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, do I appreciate this? Or am I just looking at something new? And I was like, I got to remember that, to take time out. I mean, like, I'll give you a prime example. I got to wrap this guy's arm again, but here's my Jada, Jada Toy Sagat, which I think is absolutely badass. I did a terrible job with the arm wraps, but I got to rewrap those and get them on there tighter. I thought they just added something to the figure. Just personally, I wanted to do something different. So I did the bands, arm wraps and ties, but I'll have to redo it, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave the figure as it is. They made it, so they know better than me. But that's a badass figure that I really, really like. But as you look around your room and you look around at your figures and stuff, and your die-cast cars or Funko Pops or whatever it is, take your time and appreciate what you have, because all the stuff could be taken from you tomorrow. And I'm not here to bring doom and gloom. Nobody knows their time, right? But take your time, enjoy it, make memories. If you're in groups with other collectors and you guys have, because we at Mid-South Toy Collectors, shout out my main man, the good brother, Michael Chuny. We have get-togethers, right? And if you're fortunate enough to do that with your groups, I suggest you do it. Make memories, man. I always say that with your friends, your family, with your toy groups. I'm saying that because we're collectors. Make memories with those toy groups. Talk about those toys. Enjoy the business of collecting. Listen to each other's stories. Talk about collections. Talk about what's going on in the hobby. Enjoy it, man. That's what we're meant to do. Life is to be lived and enjoyed. We're not just here to exist. These toys, each one of these toys that you have, or these action figures, I'll say collectibles. Remember, I said something about toys and talked about toys were for kids, but they don't sell toys anymore because they know there's adults that buy them, but that's another thing. But take your time and enjoy your collection, right? Because these things, a lot of times you set them up with dioramas and stuff in your room. You might have a particular scene, or you're trying to create a Marvel versus Capcom shelf, or a Jada Storm shelf, or whatever you're doing. But you're taking your time, investing your time, putting that together, putting thought into it and energy into it, and it's just there, and you don't stop and look at it and appreciate it. You just walk past it every single day like it's a picture on the wall. You got to remember to take your time and enjoy that. You put your time and energy into it. It's to be valued, right? I can't say that. I can't say that enough, man. Life is for living. Enjoy this stuff, 100%. I was just talking to somebody about a sideshow order, which I won't say anything else about. Surprises. But I was talking about this Hano Studios Wolverine, which was my first 6-scale figure. First one I ever saw and fell in love with. Shout out Michael Tuning because I saw it there first, at his place first. Um, the first 6 scale figure that I ever saw and just completely fell in love with and said, "Man, I gotta have that." And I wasn't even a 6 scale guy. Still, obviously, I wouldn't say I'm a six scale collector because I do more than one 6 scale. But definitely fell in love with that figure from the minute I saw it and just knew I needed one of them. Shout out to Sideshow Collectibles; they're amazing. But folks, enjoy your collection. I just thought about how I replaced my mascot, which was Venom, with Dragon Man. You guys know my love for Dragon Man and the beef that's going on with them. But it just reminds me to slow down, say thank you. Just like I say thank you to you guys. Thank you to the man upstairs, and be thankful for my collection. That's really important, man. It really, really is. That I'm grateful. Look at this. Storm Collectibles Kentaro. One of the most badass figures that's out there, man. Shout out Storm Collectibles. Look at that detail, man. Tiger Stripes. Man, that is a badass figure for sure. One of my favorites. He's been in the box up here behind me in the wall. I had to break him back out because I've got an idea I'm working on. I can't tell you about it yet, but I got an idea I'm working on, and he's an integral part of that idea. You guys know I love my guy, Maximum Hulk, right there. That's right, Maximum Hulk in the building. And I appreciate these figures. I'll give you a look if you can't see. There you go. All those figures, Dragon Man, all of them, man. Venom's back there, all of them. Just they matter. And everybody, that's how I feel like you should feel about your collection. Your collection should matter. But you take your time. Because as I just talked to my man Clever, I'm an OG with Transformers, so the whole plastic thing is new to me. So I hadn't really wanted to dip my toe in there. The first one I ever got, I ought to tell you something, was Galvatron. Shout out 901 Toys, by the way. 901 Toys is where I got this Galvatron. It was at a show, at a con, right? And it was the first one I got, and I was so apprehensive about getting it, even though this Galvatron is cool as hell, right? That is cool, man. Look at that. That's an awesome, awesome toy. And I thought it was just badass. It brought back memories of my childhood, and I loved it. Still love this figure. It was the first Transformer I got, not ever, obviously, because I had some as a kid. They're probably still in my grandmother's house. I don't know. I'll have to find them one day. But definitely my first Transformer. It meant a lot. Still does, right? Me and Galvatron been through a lot. And obviously, you guys know that I had recently got my main man Grimlock right here, right? The blue. And I thought that blue was just popping. Me and Seaberry talked about that. But I say that to say that I got this Grimlock, and these guys were the Grimlock was I guess you could say a distraction because he was not the one I was after. I started out because I wanted to build Devastator, right? So, right, hook, long haul. That's Devastator. So I said that's really where I was going to go, and that was going to be it. But as fate would have it, and Clever, it's your fault, more Transformers came, and I said I'm going to give Transformers a shot, right? Shout out to Studio Series because that's my Megatron. That's who I see when I close my eyes and envision Megatron. That's him. Now, at the same time, am I going to do the 54 steps to turn him into that tank? Probably not. Not going to happen. We'll see. We'll see, but probably not. Probably just gonna stay in robot mode forever and ever. Amen. but I say all that to say this: that you take your time and enjoy what you have. Right? It's so critical that we do that. That we enjoy life. Period. With our friends, our family. I can't stress it enough, man. You can be here today, gone tomorrow. So take your time, make memories, because it's all you have at the end of the day. When it comes to your collection, take your time and appreciate your collection, man. I was like I said, I'm guilty of it, so I'm not a hypocrite. I have to remember myself to do it. There's a video that I think Clever was talking about where Shardamus was in it and saying that he felt so under pressure to constantly put videos out, and that he just, he seems like he was kind of forgetting to enjoy the hobby. He had so much stuff he hadn't opened, and I'll never want to get to that point ever, ever, ever. Um, I want to enjoy life, and I want to enjoy my hobby, and I want to share it with all of you out there, and I want the same from you all to reciprocate. I want us enjoying a hobby, talking about a hobby. That's where I am in my collecting journey. It's about enjoying it. That's the biggest part. It's not acquiring it. The biggest part is being thankful for it and enjoying it. So if you're not doing that, folks, you're doing it wrong, right? Take your time, enjoy your collection, spend your time with it. If it brings you joy, it brings you peace, you should celebrate that, folks. So I'm not going to ramble any longer, but I want to make sure I came on here and gave you that tip, because that's some self reflection that I had. And I know that if I've gone through it, someone else somewhere out there is probably either has gone through it or is going through it. So if I can pass on that little bit of wisdom to you, I'm certainly going to do that. Take your time, folks. No, it's a marathon. No, it's not a sprint or a marathon. It's just a race you run at your pace, but enjoy it. That's why we're here, to enjoy everything. So, folks, thank you so much for joining me. Until we meet again, please continue to stay collecting. Please continue to stay tuned. And above all, please continue to stay great. God bless you all, and I will see you all out there.